So I'm Ben Day, Data and Analytics Director. Saga is a B2C company specialising in the UK's over 50s market with a range of products from insurance to cruises and holidays to financial products like savings accounts, and we're also the largest subscription magazine in the country. Saga's always been heavy users of data. We've always had a concept of a single customer view. Everything we do is marketing directly to our customers. So our issue has been migrating from legacy platforms. So we've recently moved from on-premise to the cloud using Microsoft Azure and built a data warehouse in Snowflake. Well, marketing have always had a requirement to utilise first-party data for the targeting of marketing so that we make sure we hit the right customers at the right time. And we've always done that in direct channels with selections that involve inclusions and exclusions. What we've done is we've utilised audiences to do that with our first-party data in paid media channels too. So Saga has always had demand for data, a real thirst for it. All of our marketing is effectively directly driven, so going way back when, that would have been selections and inclusions and exclusions and segmentations for the purposes of targeting mail campaigns. That latterly evolved into the same thing but for email, where you get more data because you've got opens and click-throughs and such like. And then that spills through into how you would then want to target in paid channels. And what you get used to after time is that there's always a way to test. There's always a way to split the data further, analyze it, get deeper, create models, target, build propensity models and such like. So the thirst for data from marketeers, once they understand that using that approach works, means that there's always going to be a demand for more, and then it's just a question of how you prioritize. We made a choice to go with Microsoft Azure. That cloud is effectively a way of increasing storage, so it's basically doing that cheaper and removing the problem of on-premise servers. Snowflake is then overlaid on top. The reason for going with that is it gets you up to higher processing speed, so with more data you need to process it, and if you want to do that faster you need the computing power for it, so Snowflake solves that problem. So there's two major things done, but effectively what you've built in a data warehouse is an asset. Obviously you've designed it for the purposes of analytics and propensity modelling, which you would use for targeting. And we've been used to doing that anyway because that's the nature of our marketing model. But the problem we've had is that that has not been utilised in paid channels like it has been in our owned channels, which is where audiences comes in, because it enables us to use our first party data to target in Google and Facebook and YouTube or whatever else. Information security is of paramount importance. We won't compromise on that whatsoever. It's always been the case. We will not take that risk. And we know data has to be GDPR compliant. We won't take any risks on that either. And audiences fits with this because it's part of the same architecture. It's effectively part of our estate and subject to the same protocols. It was very quick to implement, only 8 weeks, which relative to other projects of implementation, which can take like 18 months, 2 years, was obviously dramatically different. Well, we tried out the approach doing it manually, so utilising SQL to create audiences and push them through and upload them, but that's quite slow going. The advantage of this approach is that it's automated. Marketeers can make selections themselves, which means you are increasing the speed that you get to market and increasing the number of audiences you've got as well. So effectively what happens over time is you become sharper and sharper and your targeting gets better. The challenge after this becomes, how do you increase the level of first-party data you have for your customers, and then you have to get into identification strategies and such like, but there's no question whether it works.